Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Subramaniam Masalamani. I'm a Tamil. Today, our focus is on the socio-economic development of the Tamils. Today, my attention is on rebuilding our great heritage destroyed by misguided Sinhalese. The recent behavior of a few Sinhalese ministers and the May 2009 genocide of 40,000 innocent and starving people is not an unconscionable action. It is not even a conscionable action. It is beyond ignorance. It is the poor evolution of the minds of people. Their minds were misguided by their religious establishment. We have about 20 million minds to be reformed. When people are indoctrinated in racism, fanaticism, and terrorism for over 2 generations, they become a force unto themselves. It is not the people, but the people who led them. But things changed since May 2009. The international community, the United Nations, the non-aligned nations, and as lately as last week, the elders such as Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, Jimmy Carter, Mary Robinson, and 8 other elders got involved. Now, the misguided kingdom is under control, but it may try occasionally to unleash its force. We have done a tremendous job of informing the world. With what is left over, we had to rebuild our great heritage, culture, families, schools, place of worship, cooperatives, and businesses. I remember how the Sinhalese destroyed our cooperative system, how they burned our homes, how they burned our schools, how they burned our businesses, and how they destroyed our people and their loved ones. Now they are talking about reconciliation, but the blood has not dried. Don't think they are reformed, but they are under control now, and we must keep them under control. We cannot afford to let our guards down. So one group of us must constantly monitor and keep the United Nations, the international community, the non-aligned nations, and the elders informed. The Sinhalese are a pestilence, should be eradicated, but they are classified as humans, so we have to observe human rights codes and rehabilitate them. The rebuilding of our great heritage civilization needs funds, expertise, and workers, and an organization to manage it. We have to ensure that the process takes an organized and controlled form to ensure accountability and smooth flow of events. We have our elected parliamentarians who can be our institution that will direct the development work. The Tamil National Alliance is the only legally elected and internationally recognizable organization. If Gotabaya Rajapaksa says it's KP, just ignore him. He and his intelligence chief Kapila are trying to divide the community and divide the United Nations. Any dealing with KP is about corruption and squandering. We want the Tamil people to be careful. KP was the LTT's point man. Money was collected in the name of terrorism, and according to US, UK, EU, Australia, and Canadian laws, it's a criminal offense. So when and if any Tamil cooperates with KP and Gotabaya, you are violating the criminal codes. Money was collected for funding terrorism, so anyone who has collected money is guilty of an indictable offense. Tamil must remain extricated, but if you associate with these cronies, you may end up in trouble with the law. Enforcement of law is in the hands of the public too. If anyone associates with that, they should be charged with financing terrorism. Our advice to our people is to stay far away from Gotabaya and KP. A jackal is a jackal is a jackal. It will never be a pigeon. KP is selling the community. By the way, whatever happened to his cyanide capsule? Isn't he supposed to swallow it when apprehended? Whom is he trying to fool? The era of war and KP is over. It is economic welfare, not warfare. We got some great things to do. Let us do it. It's about building people and life, one person at a time. We have to accept Tamil National Alliance as our managers of the funds in the north and east of Sri Lanka. All funds must be sent to them to create transparency, accountability, and legality. As elected members, they are the lawmakers. They have immunity. The money collected and sent has to be managed or deposited in a bank like Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank Corporation. This money has to be invested. Remember the word invested. Even a cup of coffee is an investment. That is how you get the max out of your investment. Education and institutions are the best place to invest your money. Listen to me carefully. We invested every penny and every minute of our life. Our greatest investments are time, money, and people who will give their life for our effort. To build a great society, we must fund books, libraries, and information systems. Secondly, we must invest in agriculture, industry, and information technology. No society can hope to live peacefully without a vibrant economy. Thirdly, we must finance great cultural centers. A culture is a breeding place of scientific knowledge. Famous scientists are ardent supporters of culture, art, and literature. Our cultural centers were destroyed by the barbarian invasion. Funds are needed to rebuild them. But that money has to come from our investment in education and entrepreneurship. Fourthly, we must give secured and unsecured loans to students and young entrepreneurs. We had to set up a closed circuit banking system with loans and online monitoring to ensure funds are used wisely, not wastefully. Remember the three famous Chinese saying, give a man a fish, you will feed him for a day. Teach him to fish, he will feed all his life. Number two, I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. Number three, great challenges, greater the challenge, greater the glory. My dear brothers and sisters, work hard, stay together, remain steadfast, and never ever give up. My name is Subramani Maslamani. I am a World Tamil powered by conscience, convictions, and conscience. Thank you for your time.